Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. So we're now in Vermillion City, and if you go to this house, which is to the left of the Pokemon Center, you get your first fishing rod, the old rod. Basically, kind of useless. Well, not completely. Basically, the old rod can only catch Magikarp. Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, which is one of the better water-type Pokemon in the game. It's really fucking good, but there's a big problem with it. Like, it has... oh, that's just cute. Basically, Magikarp has no moves other than Splash, which does no damage. And it levels up, I think, at level... 15, I want to say, for into Gyarados. So yeah, you need to level it up like 10 times in order to get it to be useful. But anyway, come to this house and you can talk to the head of the Pokemon fan club, where he talks about his Rapidash. He's a bit too obsessed with his Rapidash, but if you listen to him, you get the bike voucher. Basically, you can go back to Vermillion City, and you can get yourself a bike now, so you can move a lot faster. Because in Gen 1, they didn't have the run button, so getting a bicycle is the only way you can speed up. So, the Pokemon Gym is locked off at this point. You cannot go into the gym because you need Cut. To get Cut, you need to head into the SSN to get the Cut HM, and then you can go on and take on the gym leader. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to the SSN, and we're going to wander around this place for a little while. I do actually like the SSN's design. It's kind of a cool... looks kind of cool. So, yes. Time for us to go in. Yeah, so basically there are various rooms in this place. A lot of them have Pokemon trainers, so the SSN is actually a good place to get your Pokemon up a few levels. Growlithe. Fire type. Actually, a really nice... I actually really like the Growlithe and Arcanine line. It's a pretty good fire type. Quick, has a lot of power. But I've got Charmeleon. I don't need you. Oh, wow, he's got two Growlithe. So let's bring out our... Oh, right, we don't have a water type. Shit. Go for it, Doug Trio. Alright, let's dig. By the way, I don't know how dig works on the SSN, because you'd basically just dig through the bottom of the ship. But there you go. He's defeated. You got a good amount of money from it as well. I used to think that you could sleep in these beds on the SSN. I think that's something that they introduced in the remake that they did, like Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Game Boy Advance. But yes. By the way, he's got a valid point here. It's like, you little pup, how dare you barge in here? It's like, fair. Nidoran male, level 19. Yeah, so the Pokemon here are a fairly good level, but we're considerably higher because, you know, I leveled up, I think, yes, I leveled up to this level in preparation for Vermillion, for the Vermillion Gym, where I think the most powerful is like level 25, 26. So now we're going to send out Kadabra. Kadabra, who still only has Confusion. Fuck. But should be more than enough for this asshole. There you go. You're done, Nidoran female. Yeah, kind of a mistake for them, though. It's kind of an interesting thing, though, the fact that Gen 1, like, Nidoran are the only two which are is the only Pokemon which is differentiated by male and female. So it's just kind of weird. And then I think from Gen 2 onwards, they introduced, like, gender for all Pokemon. And that would affect kind of, like, its, nature and stuff like that. Wigglytuff. Oh, later. You've got a shit Pokemon, love. Alright. We're cruising around the world. Oh. I love Pokemon, do you? Let's kick your ass. God. Gen 1, the Pokemon. Yeah, and it's a youngster as well. Nidoran male. Level 21, so he's a decent level. Although I think it should be a Nidorino at this point, surely. I'm trying to remember when it evolves into Nidorino. I think it's quite late. Yeah, actually, yeah, it should be a Nidorino. I think he evolves at level 25. Because of the fact that to get the final evolution, Nidoking, you have to use a stone, a moonstone, so you can do that whenever you want. TM08. I can't remember what that does. But hey, I'll collect more TMs. Another battle. This time against Lass. And she sends out a fucking Pidgey. God damn it. Fucking Pidgeys. I'll just burn it. I hate Quick Attack. I hate Quick Attack so fucking much. Alright, let's just scratch you. You should be done now. There you go, buddy. Alright, next one. Nidoran female. So, yeah, I think I bring out Kadabra. Yeah. I mean, Kadabra is a ridiculous special attack stat, so yeah. Goes down pretty easy. And there we go. Yeah, so there's a ton of Pokemon that you have. There's a ton of rooms you have to go through. Because there's, I think, 4 or 5 rooms on this ground floor. I'm on the trail, Team Rocket. Yeah, you're doing a great job, lad. Yeah, and then there's a lower floor. We've also got the kitchens here. Oh, yeah. If you go into the kitchen area, you'll find... oh, this is the dining area, I guess. And you can find a great ball in the bin. I don't know why, but you can. And the trash in there. Sorry about that. But yeah. So we're done with that. So I think the top, that one, those stairs lead to progression. So we are going to go down this way because there's some more stuff for us to grab. And the more rooms for us to go in and enemies for us to fight. Trainers for us to fight, rather. Okay. And we got a max potion. Nicely done. Next. Ah, shit. Yeah, I think these are just a couple of trainers. They're both sailors as well, so Pikachu comes in handy here. Horsey. Yeah, again. Yeah, I think I swapped him out. I've got Thunderbolt now, so you're especially dead. Horsey, not particularly... Yeah, not my favourite water type, not particularly useful. Shelder. I think I've already talked about him before, but Shelder evolves into Cloyster, who's probably the best water type in terms of defense. Like, his defensive strength is really fucking strong. So, he's a good one to have. Tentacool. This is a new one, I think. Tentacool evolves into Tentacruel. Again, Tentacruel is kind of similar to Cloyster in that he's a pretty good tank type Pokemon. And he also learns poison type moves, so kind of useful in that regard as well. So overall, yeah, Tentacruel is a pretty decent water type as well. Not amazing, but he's pretty good. But I would say in terms of Gen 1, I would like get a Squirtle or get a Vaporeon. They're probably the best two water types in Gen 1 for me, because they have a good balance of being good defensively while also dealing out the damage. Anyway, next one. I like feisty kids like you. I'm gonna run away from you, sir. Let's beat this fucker up for being odd, to say the least. Another horsey. Yeah. I was going to say this actually. When picking your starter, this is for red and blue, and yeah, red and blue mainly. It's best to pick Charmander at the beginning, because even though it's the hardest one, there aren't many really strong. There aren't a lot of strong fire types to use. I think there's pretty much, in terms of fire types, I think there's only like 4 maybe in the whole game. There's like sorry, there's the Charmander line, there's Magmar, Vulpix, Growlithe, and I think that's it. I think there's like 4. It's ridiculous. There's a ridiculously low amount of fire types for you to use. So, and Charizard is probably one of the best. Is probably the best of the fire types, to be honest. So that's why it's worth getting him. Tentacool. Pikachu, blast him with a Thunder. This is the second strongest of the electric type moves. Thunderbolt. It doesn't have. It's the strongest is Thunder. But actually, I think Thunderbolt does 100 damage. No, it's 80, and I think Thunder does 100. Sorry. TM44, nice. Don't know what that does. So yeah, you. But Thunderbolt tends to get you tends to be more useful just because it has more uses. 15 instead of 5, and because it actually has a much better. It's more likely to hit. I think it has 100 accuracy. I think something like that, and Thunder only has like 80 accuracy. So you know, still not 100% perfect, but you know, it's more accurate. Vine Whip. Because, you know, grass are weak to, water's weak to grass, so yeah. Shoulder? Nope. I'm going to stick with Ivysaur. We should be getting Razor Leaf pretty soon, and that's a really fucking good. I think that's probably the best, second best grass type move. Has a lot of uses and good attack power and good accuracy as well, so. Alright, nearly done. Well, that's a lie. See, you kind of throw you a curveball here by saying, hey, here's a matchup. Enjoy. Yeah, Slam. Slam's a really good move, actually. It has really good attack power, but it also has... it doesn't have completely garbage accuracy, but its accuracy is not amazing either. So, yeah, it's balancing out that sheer amount of power that you can use with Slam and the chance of it hitting. So yeah, 4 rooms in total, I think. 5. There you go. 5 rooms in total. So yeah, we're pretty much done here. So let's go to the actual lower area, which is where we continue onwards to the main, to our end goal for the SSN. Hi, buddy. Oh yeah, there's that way as well. This, I think, takes you down to the lowest floor. And yeah, this takes you out to the outside deck where you've got a few, basically there's just a few enemies, like a few trainers you can fight out here, and that's basically it. I think I show off one of these battles and then I just move on. If you really want to max out your, the amount of, if you really want to max out the amount of enemies that, you know, fully utilize your time, I guess, it's best to take on every single enemy and every single trainer in the SSN, because once you've got once you've got cut and you leave the SSN, it disappears. It kind of just fucks off forever. So yeah, if you want sorry, fucking hell. So yeah, if you don't want to lose experience, then yeah. See, what I failed to do here is I forgot that Tentacool is actually not pure water, it's water poison. So yeah, grass type moves are only, I think, normal effective against him, so yeah. Beware. Bit of a pain in the arse. But there you go. And that's the end of this part. Join me next time for the next part of Pokemon Yellow. We're going to be finishing off going through the SSM, and then it's onwards to the fight against the next gym leader, Lieutenant Surge. So yeah, see you next time.